Now, so we're about, as we go up the road here, about 150 metres from Rossmore Cross, and the site of Carew's pub would have been on the left-hand side, and then that became Bradshaw's. And back in the early part of the 20th century, in the 1900s, so the 1908 mid-final was played in 1909 and was played here in this field just beyond Liam here. Really flat, you could really see why it would have been chosen as a venue for the very first mid-final, which took place in 1909. So the 1908 mid-final took place in 1909, and then there was a mid-senior football final took place here again in 1910. And obviously it was a pretty popular venue because it was chosen again in 1911 for the mid-final. So 3 mid-finals in Rossmore in the early part of the 20th century. And it's probably a little bit of a story, Liam, as to why it was chosen, particularly the mid-final in 1911 perhaps.
Well, the first one was Anthony Carew was the county secretary at the time. He also huddled with Tipperary. He won an All-Ireland medal in 1908 with Tip. And he was the county secretary. And Tim Gleeson from down the road in Cloney Ross was the county chairman at the time. Both of them were huddling with Tullis Blues. So they played here, that was 1908. And it was sold to Bradshaw's from Anacarty in 1911, but still the mid-final was played, and it's just behind the pub, so made it easy for
an ideal venue. Yes, yeah. It's hard to imagine now that it was, in 2024, that this field was populated by probably a lot of spectators back then.
Oh yeah, and I don't think there'd be any fence around. It was just ropes and stuff like that you held the crowd back.
Yeah, though I think the officials, let's say, were quite pleased with the preparations and the delivery of the games by the stewards and the officials up this neck of the woods. So, that's a pretty little do those few cows that are grazing know the significance of this field in the history of our GA club.
Oh yeah, by the way, Anthony Carew, who played, he was county secretary. He was my father's uncle, and Anthony was also a second cousin of Sean Tracy, the well-known Sean Tracy. So
yeah,
bit of information.
Yeah, Anthony was an interesting character.
He was.
Yeah, and there's a nice bit about him in the book, which hopefully the readers will enjoy.